it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Today, I can't believe it, for the third time on this channel, I am doing the work in progress tag. I'm so excited, so shocked, I can't believe we're here. As many of you know, I have been taking this whole NaNoWriMo month to outline my second middle grade project, which I've talked very little about, but still very excited about. So here goes nothing. Question number 1. What is the working title of your book? For right now, I'm just calling it the Odd Book because I don't really have a better title at the moment. The magic system in my book is kind of similar to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. In fact, I'm really upset I can't use the word peculiarities to explain the magic. Instead, I'm using the word oddity to describe the magic because it's very similar to how each character has like this weird, quirky, magical thing about them. Very similar in my story, so I think the Odd Book is perfect, since everyone has oddities. Question number 2, where did the idea come from? So like all of my books, this idea was kind of a culmination of a bunch of different ideas packed together. There was a setting that I really wanted to play with that is like the main pitchy, marketable, flashy thing about my book. I understand it's really obnoxious, but like I'm not gonna share that right now just because I just feel like that's the main selling point of my book. So I'm just gonna keep it under wraps for right now. But it's set in a really fun place that also happens to be haunted. And the plot is definitely a culmination of all of my favorite Halloween movies that I was watching last month. It has like a hint of the adventure through the haunted house, kind of like in the movie The Haunted Mansion, and I also take inspiration from the mystery subplot in Sleepy Hollow. Like my plots are very different, but they have little elements of all those movies wrapped up, and it's just so delicious. Question number 3, what genre does your book fall under? It is going to be a middle grade fantasy. Question number 4, which actors would play your characters in the movie adaptation? The only character I can even think of would be like the main side character or the best friend character. Kind of looks like the little missing boy in His Dark Materials. If I can find a picture, I'll pop it up here. But he's like the little cute boy. He's got like the glasses and he kind of looks like Bernard from Westworld if he was like a baby or Beetee from the Hunger Games. But I can't really think of anyone who specifically looks like my main character. I mean, it would be easy to cast her. She's like really pale and kind of sickly looking with like big blue eyes and like wispy hair, and I don't know, she just looks very unsubstantial. Maybe, okay, so maybe if the actress who played Luna Lovegood, if we could like get a time machine and age her down to like 10 years old, that would be perfect. That's kind of what she would look like. Question number 5, what is the 1-sentence synopsis of your book? Well, I don't have one of these, so I'm just gonna like fart my way through this. The main idea of this book is that I really wanted to have a disabled main character dealing with their disability and chronic pain and trying to learn that their disability doesn't define them. So I've decided to do it in a way where this little girl lives in a magical society where everyone has this oddity or this weird little quirky magical thing about them, but she doesn't have hers yet, and if you don't grow into yours by your 11th birthday, then your memory is wiped and you're forced to go live in the outside world like a normal human. Obviously she doesn't want that, so she goes on this little adventure around the secret place that she lives, trying to find a mysterious object that is supposed to reveal her oddity. And I'm really proud of myself for like my one little burst of cleverness where I was like, oh, her arc will be that your ability doesn't define her, and like not only is she disabled, she doesn't have the magical ability either. So I just thought that was really clever and I wanted to share because I will never do anything that smart ever again. The next question is, how long did it take to write your first draft? I'm not even drafting yet. I just finished my first draft of an outline. So I guess how long did it take me to draft that outline? About a month. It's fine, it's still not done. I will say that this is like the most complex middle grade. I've only ever written or worked on 2 middle grades, but this is the most complex middle grade I've ever worked on. So it needed a bit more time to stew. What are some other books you would compare this book to? I think it's got definitely the feel of Nevermore because there is that age limit where, you know, if something doesn't happen by this birthday, something bad's gonna happen. So it's definitely kind of like that. But I also think that I want the tone of it to be a bit more series of unfortunate events where it's a little bit more like grim and kind of like dark but still a little bit comical. at the same time. It definitely has the family situation that the Graveyard book kind of has, where there's like a lot of people raising this child. And yeah, so like Graveyard book, Nevermore, series of unfortunate events. Who or what inspired you to write this book? Okay, so besides some of the tropes that I'm putting in here that I couldn't wait to play with, that was a big inspiration, just myself, like, I need to write this book. I need a book about a little girl who's struggling with disability and like self-worth and how that's all tangled up, because like your girl is still on her character arc journey with all that whole thing. So the last question is, what else about your book might pique reader interest? Well, let's see. If you like good mystery or conspiracy subplots, I have one of those. I have quite a few sassy grandmas and grandpas in the book. Let's see, found family is another big trope in the book, and there may or may not be a ghost that is sucking out people's souls. Anyways, you guys, that's all I have. So that is a little bit of information on the NaNoWriMo project I'm working on called The Odd Book. I hope you enjoyed, and somehow this video came out coherent. It probably all came out incoherent, but I just get kind of squealy when I start talking about my book, which I'm sure you guys do too. But yeah, anyways, talk to me down in the comments. I miss you guys. Can't wait to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!